Hi, and welcome to our new show on Southern Pass Studios. My name is Jeremiah Hamilton, and this is Avengers Assemble, otherwise known as AA. You can't call it that? Roll a little intro. Alright, so basically in our first show of Avengers Assemble we're going to go over the Marvel Universe as it is right now, kind of leading up to the Avengers 4 movie that will be coming out next year. At this point, there's a collective amount of 17 films that have come out so far, and 17 films in 10 years. And that's why, if you didn't notice, in the little opening sequence of the Avengers Infinity War Part 1, it actually shows the I and O in studios being highlighted because it's 10 years of Marvel Studios. Just a little bit of tidbits there if you didn't already realize it, but if you're a huge comic book fan, this first video is probably not going to be the main one for you. We'll have a group discussion next week going over details and our theories going into Avengers 4. But for this week, this is simply a recap for some of the people that don't know exactly what movies tie into which movies. And we're going to have a graphic supplied to us by, I'm trying to figure out the website for this, but it's Timeline and Convergences in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Iron Man and Incredible Hulk came out in 2008, which led into Iron Man 2 in 2010. 2011 released Captain America the First Avenger, Thor. It all eventually led to 2012 Avengers Assemble, the very first Avengers movie. And we got to see all kinds of insanity go down in it, which led to Tony Stark's insanity going into 2013's Iron Man 3 and Thor's dealing with Loki in Thor the Dark World. I was happy in 2014 because this is the year I was most happy with Marvel Cinematic Universe and kind of brought me back in. I started with Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk, was impressed with Iron Man, didn't necessarily like the Incredible Hulk all that much. The first Captain America movie was a complete letdown, and Thor I really didn't even have a desire to go see, considering the fact that Thor, if Captain America was done that bad at first, in my opinion, then I was a little worried about Thor since he wasn't even a character I was really into. Iron Man 2 was fine. It did create some more exciting twists by adding S.H.I.E.L.D. into it, more of S.H.I.E.L.D. into it, but it took until 2014's Captain America the Winter Soldier, which was directed by the Russo brothers, who so happened to do the Infinity War movie and Captain America Civil War, which are all three of those are my favorite Marvel movies now. Alright. Guardians of the Galaxy was also released in 2014. Another great movie with an even better soundtrack. So if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'd suggest it. And by the way, if you haven't already yet watched a lot of these movies, I will have a link in the description below to Amazon so that you can purchase any of the Marvel Cinematic movies. And every time you purchase something through one of our links down at the bottom, it helps out our channel a great deal. Also, if you don't mind, like and subscribe if you already like being reported on this content, because we will be coming back with more Marvel movies for you as well. Now, as you can tell, I have the channel on right behind me, and on here right now we have a movie trivia battle that you should go check out at any point in time. It's a great video, it's kind of funny. If you're a younger kid though, I would stay out of it because it has some negative language. Just advised for parents. There are Star Wars videos as well. We do talk Star Wars on the channel, and we will be answering all kinds of questions on our Star Wars show, The Unknown Regions podcast. Now, anyways, back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As of 2014, Captain America Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, but 2015 was the release of two other movies. Ant-Man, which we all know how that was, the story of Scott Lang becoming Scott Lang becoming Ant-Man, and Hank Pym's Pym Particle. We got to hear more about that, which will lead some more of our theories in our next Marvel video that you should come check out here on the channel. So Ant-Man was released then, and Avengers Age of Ultron came out as well. Tony Stark's paranoia has reached an all-time high. Iron Man 3 kind of plays directly into it, and we get to finally see Vision and the Mind Stone for the first time. The Tesseract's gone, so that means that the Space Stone's gone, and it leads us into more Infinity War stuff. Now, in 2016, the Captain America Civil War movie came out, and also Doctor Strange. So, with those two movies coming out around the same time, it did set up for, in 2017, to have Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Thor Ragnarok, and Black Panther all released in the same year, giving us a little bit of an idea of what was going on previous to Avengers Infinity War Part 1. So Spider-Man Homecoming gives you kind of the comeback of Tony and Pepper being married, because at the very end it was going to tease the actual coming of the Iron Spider, but it ended up being that they're getting married instead. But that sets up later on, hear me out here, it also set it up what happens at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War Part 1. So I'm excited to see what Captain Marvel will do to bridge between Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, even though it's set further back in the past than Iron Man 1 was. Because you can see that even in Ant-Man, it shows them going back in time or not back in time necessarily, but showing things from the past that affect the future. Well, this Captain Marvel scenario could be involved with the Kree Justice that Xandar was supposed to be involved with, because knowing that Captain Marvel is Kree, it leaves us a lot to speculate going into this movie. So we'll have a video up about Captain Marvel shortly and what we think is going to have happened in that movie. But in the meantime, like I said, like and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you guys next week on Avengers Assemble.